Ashley Unravels is now live. Streaming makers and crafting, Crochet and Chill 66.
Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's live stream. I already checked the weather. We're moving back over to Pagoda for our color. So we won't have any more gold for a bit. It got a little colder. Not a problem though. Just a fact of life. Sometimes I wish I could crochet with my left hand. That way I could just switch it. Let's get the screen. Tonight also too, we're going to swatch make, which I've never done, but I feel like I should do that for this Piplup square. And Ricky has been retired for the moment until I've hit enough followers to actually have him comment things and you all be able to interact with them. Just to be fair. This says I can just cut it this way.
Hello.
Hello, Lady Patrick Quinn. How are you doing this evening?
What were you saying about followers?
Oh, I said I turned off Ricky until I've hit the right amount of followers because right now you can't really interact with him. He just sits there and he waves. So he'll be back in due time. I think I had to hit affiliate for him to actually have his pet cafe like Tolfa has him. It wouldn't be bad, but he would be going off and it's like, okay, 2 a.m. in the morning and my computer is in my bedroom, so I'd be woken up by, hello, I'm hungry. He was almost as bad as a Furby. I should know as a Furby owner. Actually, I could have that as our little mascot.
Now uses AI to help you write.
Is this thing's eyes open or was I just touching
Type
his
a
ears?
prompt
I
to
was touching
generate a
his ears.
persuasive, mistake-free draft in seconds. Personalized to your unique...
Since the candle's not there, could you shut your eyes?
I hope I find my old Furbies someday. I hated those things, lol.
The ironic part is the one that I found. Sorry, I'm going to be doing some surgery on this thing because I would prefer the eyes to be closed. It's this gray one, which
Straight up demonic little fuckers.
well, that's why I shut its eyes because I didn't want to have its eyes just looking at the stream. But this is not my favorite one. He's gray and pink. I had a dark blue one that I preferred. And that candle is dead, so I figured Furby is our little mascot until Ricky can be summoned again.
Did you ever have a possessed one? I sure did.
If this one starts talking that's on screen, then this is going to be that one. Because I'm pretty sure the batteries are corroded. Because I haven't opened this thing and no one's ever changed the batteries out of it. So, hopefully not. I did see the rebrand though that they tried to do with Furbies, and I did not appreciate that as a kid. I was just like, let this toy go in the 90s.
I had one that I removed the batteries and the thing would still start talking randomly in the middle of the night.
And that's when it would be meeting another household. Did you hear that Goodwill actually though has a whole bunch of haunted dolls? Where everyone's just saying, yeah, no,
Not
quit
surprised
donating
at
your
all.
dolls. Yeah. Even though, don't get me wrong, I like a good story. As long as the thing is far away from me. I need to look up Fish, because she said he was a good character too in that show, right?
I'm on the hunt for a few cursed objects for my collection, but I already have plenty of dolls, so I'm looking for other cursed items.
Best of luck. And eBay probably has something for you there.
Evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the stream. I'm assuming that's Doctor. Yep.
Yup.
Ricky is on a temporary hiatus.
Tis I.
Tissue. I was looking at Fish and Dodo. but it's popping up like...
What were you saying about the fish? Sorry.
I was trying to find his character from the Broadway show that you were at.
Where did you find a Furby?
It's mine from the 90s. So I didn't find him, I was gifted him. And this is not my favorite one.
You still have it?
Yep. I love a lot of things.
Those things are cursed.
I've been told. I think this one's exclusion, thank goodness, because I was telling Lady Patrick Quinn, it still has the same batteries, and I've never changed batteries, and it doesn't.
Most of the characters are only on screen for a couple minutes. I've only seen like 3 pictures of the fish online.
Well, then I'm not going to be able to find him. But I think this one may be exception, Doctor, because it has
Mine
the
would
same
go off
batteries
in
from
the
the
middle of the
90s.
night.
Yep, you and Lady had the same experiences. Okay, maybe I'll pull a different stuffed animal every stream and see how that goes, because I have quite a few. This is just the one that was nearest to me.
Start taking. Had to hide the damn thing under my bed under a pile of laundry to muffle it. I found my Tamagotchi recently but don't know where I put it.
Darn. You can always restart it once you find it again. I don't think... Well, if I stacked it, you guys wouldn't be able to see it. Oh, that's the direction it has to go on camera. So I was going to say, I can always swap it out since this candle is dead. And I do have a little Mickey from Kingdom Hearts. A little less cursed. My second DS would be great for me to use. However, I broke the screen again. Well, the first one, the joystick went out. The second one, I broke the screen. Oh, the memories. The summers, the hours spent on stuff. Also, what's a good candle scent to burn? Because I'm in the market for a new candle. I should see if Bath and Body Works has a sale.
I'm partial to cinnamon and apple scents.
Mm. That sounds nice, like a cinnamon apple pie.
If you like mandels, man-scented candles, you can never go wrong with mahogany and teak wood.
Ooh, mahogany, agreed. Teakwood. I'll look and I'll see what I can find. Because sometimes the man-scented
At Lady
candles...
Patrick, they're called mandels.
Sometimes the scent doesn't come through. I would not
That's
doubt
what
it.
my family calls candles that smell like men. I mean, fair.
I wonder if someone's already claimed that name to sell candles. Stop with the commercials. Goodness.
Side note. Autumn is curled up against my back and I can't figure out why she's put herself in such a physically awkward position.
Well, she knows, you don't need to know. Just like my puppers, I had to trick her to eat her hard food by taking boiling chicken.
Hashtag random cat things.
Exactly. I had to blend up her chicken and mix in her dry dog food with it so she eats some of the dry stuff before the stream started. It worked. I don't know if she knows it worked, but it worked for me.
Does she not like kibble?
Well, she had something going on last week with a stomach bug, and I truly don't think she likes this kibble, but she has to be on it because she has kidney problems. And when you're spoiled with a boiled chicken breast every other meal, you know.
Ah, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. I need beef to go back down in price. I'm not even a beef eater. It's just something
So
to add.
she's a monster of your own creation.
Of course. Of course she is.
Can you soak the kibble in gravy? Like for cats, you can get little gravy pouches to mix with food.
So that's how I deal with the chicken earlier, was I still wanted some texture because she's been having the runs.
Or pumpkin.
I have mixed pumpkin. She will turn her nose up at pumpkin. And with gravy, I put the chicken juices on top and soften the kibble. And she just looks at it like, nah, that's not what I want. So she has to see the meat in the food. She was accustomed to getting Little Caesars mixed in with her kibble. But now I can't do that. So we're figuring it out day by day. Thank you all for the suggestions, though. Gotta take care of all the fur babies. Except the ones that live outside.
I mix pumpkin in with Autumn's food every so often. Just to switch things to. Asterisk up.
Makes sense.
Table scraps are so bad for dogs, and PSA bread is not good for any animals, including us.
Isn't the saying, the whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead? And I do feel bad about feeding ducks bread, but I didn't
Yes,
know.
LOL.
I don't remember when I heard that, but someone said that. I was like, oh, I'll keep that in mind.
It appears the vein change didn't alleviate the artificial problem. Asterisk name change. Do you know where that comes from? It's a very old thing. Autocorrect.
Going back to the name change, I mean, did I call you Autumn on stream? I feel like I switched to Doctor, but then I still see Autumn sometimes when I'm scrolling on TikTok.
Asterisk autocorrect problem.
Oh, okay. And Lady Patriquin, no, I don't know where the saying came from. I just heard it from someone when I was grocery shopping.
Is.
It's late. You went out and saw that Broadway show with your friends. And also you took care of kittens yesterday. It's okay. Until you just rage quit autocorrect. One of the two.
I did.
And Doug.
Thanks for coming in to talk about Doug Jr.
There was a lot of driving
Third
today.
grade is when
Just rolling all over. And Lady Patriquin, I'm ready whenever for the explanation behind that saying. And did you enjoy the show, Doctor?
So back in the day when they invented white bread, it became all the rage for the wealthy elites. Unfortunately, this was before food safety laws were a thing, so there were awful things like bleach, lots of bleach in white bread. So yes, eating white bread would kill you faster than eating poor breads like rye and things with seeds mixed in, which were healthier but deemed low class.
So it's kind of like white sugar, because they bleach that too. Thus making it unhealthier than raw sugar. So sometimes being not of the wealthier class could save you. Well, you still had to work through everything else as well. I still remember learning about the 1920s food factories and those industries.
It was good. Not necessarily something I would repeat, but it was educational.
Awesome. You were able to learn something new.
There are some great series on YouTube about all the things that could kill you in different eras. Ballets aren't really my thing. But my friend is obsessed. ABS has an extra ticket. So.
Made sense to still go to the ballet.
Asterisk and had.
And going off at the whole great series on YouTube where they have different things that could end you in every era, someone is giving away free sourdough starter as long as you send them an envelope that's pre-stamped, that's supposed to be from the Oregon or Oregon Trail. I don't know what's the correct way to say that state, from the Midwest. And I thought that was
supposed to go with Sunshine from her ballet class, but she had to cancel due to a family thing that came up.
Aww. So you stepped up, and you were able to go.
Asterisk someone from. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I never got into bread making, but I want to try it.
I have done it twice successfully. I will say it's easier to start in the summer than in the winter because it needs a warm space. You really only need flour and water. And know how much you want to start with, because I had enough sourdough starter at one point in time where I could open up a micro bakery, and it was just too much.
I need a stand mixer.
What, to start sourdough? Well, I will say I had one, but I never used it actually to make my bread. But I also remember you saying you had to pick things out of your lima beans, garbanzo beans out of things. So yeah, a stand mixer could help.
I can't mix things by hand.
Yeah.
I'm disabled. My hands no work good. Chickpeas.
Thank you. I was thinking of every name but the right one. They do have a cheapo, like not KitchenAid stand mixer. I know Aldi's has that on sale once every so often, but there's also hand mixers that have a stand that are pretty affordable. I don't think that I really needed the dough.
I want a KitchenAid so bad.
I will say they have their own problems. AKA, sometimes you have to take a mallet to get the bowls off the bottom. I may or may not have had to hear from a family member that couldn't get her bowl off her mixer one night And it's a known problem. What's my friend wanting to know? I'm going to stand up in a second here to switch out because I have an alarm going off and it's only in my ear, not in yours. But it's getting on my nerves.
I'm not big on sourdough personally and don't think I could keep a starter alive.
Fair. I've kept one alive for a few months. But like I said, I got overwhelmed. And you can't dump it out in the sink, technically. You have to just kind of throw the whole thing away. Oh wow, there's quite a bit of people that dropped through on TikTok. Oh, BRB. Actually, I have a screen for that. Ha! I forgot.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. And this is your brain when you're in the zone.
I'm back. Okay, so we have at least... do I want to go on break again? No. So I have 3 different hook sizes here that I've used on different projects already. I have a 4.5, a 3.5, and a 4mm. So, I need to I'm going to make a couple gauge swatches for this tapestry before I start it again. I'm almost done correcting the pattern, but it's nice to know how much 5 rows by 5 stitches deep will actually look, so I can get an idea of how big this thing will be. And this is actually the yarn I plan to use: loops and threads, impeccable acrylic. I think that's soft and fluffy. And this is the main color that will be, which is, hello. I'm not seeing a name on the color. It's giving me a number.
I don't believe in gauge swatches.
When you're on your 4th or 5th round of trying this pattern, if you're me, I don't believe in it, but I also don't want to have you guys have to sit here and watch me just going and starting a chain of 120 stitches for it not to work. So I'm trying something new. I mean, heck, you've seen the temperature blanket. There's a reason why it's going to be as big as it is. And I did do gauge swatches, actually. It's not a normal featurette. Oh, a happy International Women's Day to anyone that identifies as a woman or non-binary. You only got 23 hours today. Still. And also, I think today is National Cereal Day. I think. Speaking of the factories. This is not a good spot to put. There we go. I was like, funny, haha. Chad's over here in the corner, but I can't see anything. Let's start with the smallest hook, which is the 3.5. I'm going to try to do a foundation half double crochet. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right.
Well, it's all Greek to me.
Would you like me to try to explain the Greek, or you're just vibing?
No. I am just vibing.
Cool. Then keep the vibes going. I've already lost count. I really only needed 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I went way too far, but that's all right. This commercial kind of fit the vibe of what we were listening to. I didn't really catch that was a commercial happening. that's the first gauge swatch done. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like the way this looks in single crochet, but I'm still going to try that. The only issue I have with this, why does this look green? Ew. Not ew. Green is just not a color for me. Anyways, that's how that one could look. The holes are not too bad. Let's try double crochet.
Trying to write with nonstop pings, boops, and bops. That's where grammar.
Okay, so that's the double crochet swatch versus the half double crochet swatch, which does look like it will end up being quite a bit taller. The gaps are still going to be present, which annoy the living crap out of me. actually have a tape measure. Nope. I don't think I should go higher than this needle size because otherwise my hands are going to be cramping. The last thing I can do is a single crochet. My tension. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 5th one.
I wish I knew where a piece of my tapestry crochet was to show you. Mine is like a solid fabric, almost no holes.
What stitch did you use for that? Because I'm obviously open to trying them. Falling apart.
I think just single crochet, but it may have been modified, like the amigurumi variation. There are 3 ways to do a single crochet stitch, and one makes a much tighter stitch which you use for amigurumi.
Makes sense. I've seen that a couple times where some people do the back post, some people do the front, some people do a whole bunch of other different things. Actually, technically what I could do, here's the single crochet swatch that I just did, which is still smaller than the half double crochet, which just means it's going to take forever and a day, but I still see holes in it. I do want to try this 4th option, which reminds me of kind of how I was doing this cuff, which would make it semi-reversible and not have as many holes. Let me see if I can replicate that.
I made a really cool mosaic crochet mini backpack and I don't know what happened to it.
No one stole it from you, right?
I don't think so, it's probably in a box somewhere.
Hinge Health Enzo is a TENS device that relieves pain fast. Let's take a look. Enzo is small and wireless.
Finishing this bead project is just tedious now and my fingers are sore.
Take breaks when you need to. I just thought of a way to do this, which
I just want it to be done.
I feel that. Because once it's finished, it's finished. And you already see the sneak peek of the pattern too. Oh, am I going to have a yarn knot? I know they call it a yarn bark, but I'm calling it what it is. Thank you. For letting me know. Stop. Oh, I thought it was connected to my VPN this whole time. I will fix that later.
I looked up the hardware today and I don't know how I'm gonna finish it. I can't find end caps big enough, but I found magnetic sew on snap closures, but I don't know if it will be long enough for a snap closure.
You can always try, and if it's wrong, try again. I think I may have figured out how I want to do this. And this is why gauge swatches can be, but are not always helpful. I'm learning as I go.
Enter a message.
That means we must be close to the hour mark of when we started. That's what I'm figuring that means whenever that talks. Obviously, this is not the greatest example. But I think what I may do, so I'm liking the way that this swatch turns out because you can't see through it at all. It's going to look a little knitted on one side. I'm going to have to turn the piece where I'm working on it vertically instead of horizontally. But I think this is the stitch I'm going to go with. Which is just back post half double crochets. And this is not a way I've done it before. Yeah, outside of this last one where I just didn't care. That's how that ends out working. It's tighter stitches, but they stay together. One side ends up looking knit. The other side has these bumps, which technically I could always reverse it, but it'll be going up and down this way. So it'll look like ribbing.
There are 32 million small businesses in the U.S., and every
Yay,
single one of
we
them
did
needs
it.
someone to manage their
And
books.
that
So while
means-
everyone else is out there chasing the next shiny up,
I'm not chasing the next shiny object. Right now we're chasing the next project. So even though the pattern for the Grafcan, which I like saying that better than tapestry, instead of before I worked it from the bottom up, I just need to choose if I'm going to work it from the left to the right. And we're going to pray for my sanity. Yes, how many rows is this? 120? I love how I keep trying to shift and go over. So it's 150 rows of this gray going across. I could technically go ahead and start this first one. Or do I want to start from... You read from left to right. I could start on this side though. Can I actually rotate this in the program? Probably not. Oh, it would probably help if I actually had this way instead. Or, okay, I just thought of one last way and then I'll shut down the stream. This is the last option I can think of. Go ahead and do foundation crochet stitch. This is just my default stitch that I like to go to, which is a corn stitch. I also want to look at the boss stitch. But at least I was crocheting the whole time. Yeah, that's not going to work because, again, I had the issues with the pulse. So no. But it is 11 p.m. on the dot. I will see you tomorrow for row 67 on the temperature blanket. I hope you have a great evening.